In today's video, I'm going to show how to clean an impacted toenail before it turns into an ingrown toenail and show you the progress of his toenail reshaping I did with the acrylic. His feet are the most viewed feet on the internet with over 29 million combined views. I think he needs a nickname. Tell me what you think it should be in the comments. Now stay tuned. It never looks like there is much non-living skin attached to the toenails when the foot comes out of the water. That is why you need to use the implements to push back the cuticle and clean the sidewalls. If you do not remove this skin, it will dry and adhere right back where it was. That is what causes the buildup and the pressure to accumulate. The angled cuticle pusher has a beveled edge that allows you to separate the adhered skin and remove it easily, and the high-quality stainless steel nail file is perfect for smoothing the edge of the toenails and, if needed, to shorten, but always best to remove the length with the toenail nippers. And the ingrown sidewall cleaner has a tiny scoop at the end of the bent arm to allow you to pull out the hard-to-reach buildup. And the toenail rasp has a serrated surface to grip even the toughest material. And as you know, with his toes, I need them all. Let me tell you my thought process about why and how I go about cleaning the excess skin from around the toes. First, I use the cuticle pusher to detach the buildup from the nail plate. I can tell from the feel of the resistance and how far back it goes by the pressure that it gives back while I'm pushing. I want to pull off and loosen that bulk of that excess skin before I go back and use a second tool. I also always add a little bit more of the cuticle remover because once I've got that first layer off, the additional cuticle remover can sink underneath and remove even more. Now I'm choosing to go with the Ingrown Toenail Rasp, and that has the serrated edges so it can grab anything that's really stuck and pull off easily. And I can also use this to clean from underneath the nails. And at this point in the service, I just pretty much make a mess. Everybody just looks super messy because I've gotten all of this, you know, excess skin. You can hardly see what you're doing or if there's anything else stuck. But you never want to pick up your nippers and try to remove anything that's still around the cuticles because you can't really tell if it's still attached or not. So I always use my little buffer blocks, buff across the nail plate, and then it just buffs the sides of the nail too, and it pulls off and just exfoliates the skin that's still right back on top of the cuticle area. Then I'm able to tell if something does need to be nipped away with my cuticle nippers. What's wrong, honey? You a little ticklish today? Your toes curling. Oh, this is fun. I'm torturing you.
Probably because Mary just beat the shit out of my feet with that thing.
With that massager. Oh,
Like my plantar fascia is probably like
spasming. All right, you can put your foot back in the water. So if you haven't guessed, yes, this is my husband, and he has plantar fasciitis really badly. And right before this pedicure service, our massage therapist and friend Mary used this handheld massaging device on his feet, so his feet were extra sensitive, and that was kind of fun, torturing him just a little bit. Now, if you're a subscriber, you've probably seen lots and lots of videos of Bruce's feet, and I'm sure you've seen the ones where I put the acrylic patches on that second toe that we're trying to reshape. Today, when I trim the nail, it does crack, and I just leave it off because I think that it's probably going to be good for a while. He is diabetic. It could be just from the pressure that he's putting on his toes when he's playing basketball, or he might be having some changes in his circulation from his legs, and you know, he talks to his doctor about anything like that when he goes in for his checkups. That toenail is almost back to its normal shape. This toe is always the dirtiest. he just accumulates more stuff underneath this toenail for some reason. It must be from the way that he walks. But you can tell, oh boy, he got some stuff in there. from that dark area.
You're welcome.
He's so funny. Oh, there's another dog hair.
How do you know?
Everybody knows, Bruce. I told him you never watch my videos and you wouldn't get the joke. And you just proved it. That's a Maya hair.
I hate that dog.
They know you do.
See, you can't do anything in that. That dog wrecks everything.
There's another one. I get asked quite often, or have comments that say, doesn't that hurt? Isn't that uncomfortable? How do I numb the area? And all of the responses are always no. And the key is you have to be very gentle and let the tools do the work. When you insert the instrument into the sidewall, allow it to grab onto the material and then draw the implement just toward you, not pressing into the skin. You're not going to put any extra pressure. You don't want anybody to feel like you're like it's a vulnerable situation. You want to caress and coax the material out from underneath the area. Does it feel okay?
Excuse me?
Does it feel okay?
Yeah.
It's a little stubborn.
It doesn't hurt.
Let's see if I can twist. There it is. This little white flap of skin is actually layers of skin that the body has built up to protect the nail groove from the nail pressing into that skin, and we're going to remove it. And it looks kind of weird when I do remove it, and there probably is a point where you could peel away the skin and have it be attached to a point where you might cause it to bleed. That's why you need to make sure that the skin is white and that it's very soggy, because when it's very, very white like this, it's just going to peel away and separate from the skin that's underneath it. And if you don't remove it, that's when the layers of skin build up, because there's layers of skin in between this nail wall and the nail plate, and that pressure, it starts to hurt after a while.
to show everybody?
Are both of your feet hurting from the plantar fasciitis or just one?
No, both of them, but mostly the left. The left heel really is sore.
He has pretty nice feet. He doesn't get a lot of hard calluses or buildup or cracks in his feet. But you can see that this angel foot file and the callus remover work wonders and get off lots and lots and lots of excess skin. This one's not ticklish like the other one?
It is, but not so much.
Okay, you can put that foot back in the water. Now when the foot comes out of the water for the final time, there's always going to be a little bit more of the excess skin that is visible to you. It'll be really, really white because it's been soaking in the pedicure tub for, a total of about 45 to 60 minutes depending on the client. And you can use your tools to go around and remove those little excess pieces, but there's a fine line between what you should keep trying to remove and what you shouldn't. If you look at the top of his second toe, it's a tiny bit opaque. You could file the tip of that toe to remove the little bit of skin that is there, but as soon as his foot dries off and that water evaporates off of the skin, you aren't going to see that. And when I am finished at the end, I always apply a little bit of moisturizer as the cuticle oil. And there's a fine line between doing too much. You don't want to keep digging at somebody. You want to remove all of the excess skin so that they are comfortable, clean, tidy, and manicured. But you don't want to keep digging and removing and picking and peeling because you're just not going to get all of it. So as long as they're comfortable, it's clean, it's tidy, then you're done. There's no sense in keeping digging just because you think that it still looks a tiny bit white and you think that there's still excess skin that needs to be removed. It just doesn't. Like I said, as soon as the water evaporates off of their skin, that's all going to go back to just regular old skin color, and it's not going to look like there is any excess skin remaining there. I did give him a foot and leg massage for his plantar fasciitis, but decided that I thought it was going to make this video too long, so I'm going to save that and maybe make a compilation massage video one of these days. And there are those before and after photos of that second toenail I was talking about earlier coming right up.